action.
Hey, Dr. Knapp. Thanks for meeting with me today. Did you catch the Dogs b-ball game last night?
I did.
It was a tough loss. I know. Congratulations, by the way, on your 20-year tenure at Overlake.
Thank
your
you.
rehabilitation and clinical operations unit have expanded tremendously in the last 20 years.
Thank you.
Overlake's independence and long-standing commitment to personalized care have inspired many healthcare companies, MedBridge Education included, to persevere in an increasingly competitive market. I've reached out to you because we share a heart for physical therapy. MedBridge Education has simplified the continuing education component for PT firms across the state, and furthermore, educated and encouraged patients throughout their treatment and recovery plans. I'd like to explore how MedBridge Education can service Overlake by further enabling your PT team and patients through tried and true learning techniques and relevant education courses. This software solution can strengthen Overlake's standing in the market and offer new paths to expand and grow. Would you be interested in something like that?
I'm definitely intrigued.
Great. Am I right in saying that Overlake Medical Center has always been committed to providing cutting-edge healthcare technology and personalized, informed care to the Pacific Northwest community?
Yes, you are.
And being the only Level 3 trauma center in the area has established Overlake Medical Center as a forward-thinking, trusted company. And that is really because of the strategic managerial decisions that have been made. I'd like to familiarize myself with some of those decisions. As a Pacific Northwest native, what has been Overlake's paramount strategy to serve this community?
Our strategy has always been to provide compassionate care to the Pacific Northwest community through accessible health care. We follow that up by walking our patients through their treatment and recovery process as well.
That's fantastic. MedBridge Education understands that second part very well. Enabling the patient in their recovery is just as important as the treatment. What has been a business goal of Overlake's that you are especially proud of and hope to continue?
Well, we've always strived to provide easier healthcare access to those who are medically underserved. This necessitates that we improve our community's health, which is why we focus immensely on preventive practices and healthcare resources and services.
Yeah, what has been your secret ingredient to achieving this goal within the rehabilitation clinic?
I'd say my biggest advantage as a director has always been the ability to communicate with Overlake's executive suite and determine how we can constantly improve patient outcomes.
Yeah, that direct point of contact has no doubt streamlined Overlake's decision-making process and led to quicker innovation. Following that up, how have you strived to fulfill this business mission within your interactions with the physical therapists underneath your leadership?
It's extremely important to just listen to my team and observe where and how we are excelling in our service, as well as learning more about the physical therapy industry. Ensuring that my physical therapists are always on the top of their job enables Overlake to set and reach these goals.
Yeah, in a similar vein, what decisions has Overlake leadership made to effectively compete with your large competitors and continue expanding your services to further carry out this vision?
Actually, this year, in fact, Overlake and our associated clinics will form the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance to bring nationally renowned cancer care to the heart of the Pacific Northwest. We'll actually be able to deliver collaborative, leading-edge treatments to our patients.
Yeah, that's great. You're probably aware of the recent trend of hospital mergers and acquisitions, and this no doubt puts pressure on independent hospitals like Overlake. Are there any strategies you plan on implementing in the coming years to address this growing challenge of hospital consolidation?
The recent mergers have certainly become a concern for Overlake and the community that we serve, as individuals who need cares are seeing their options becoming more and more limited to one type business.
Yeah, what has been Overlake's initial reaction to the mergers?
I think we decided to approach this problem pretty head-on by retaining our independency and partnering with fellow like-minded hospitals who share the same vision that we do.
What are some examples of that, and how has that enabled Overlake to compete?
A few years ago, we began a joint venture with Evergreen Health in Kirkland, another independent hospital. That partnership enabled us to increase the quality of our care for patients across our two entities and also allowed us to maintain our market value and brand amongst the larger competitors.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Your ability to adapt to new challenges certainly allows for potential innovation as this market evolves. You might be wondering how educational healthcare like MedBridge can provide value to Overlake's business needs and challenges, right?
Yeah, so I know that we use these type of services. I also know that in order to compete in an increasingly saturated and difficult market, we need to be on top of our game and we need to place professionalism and authentic care at the forefront. So I'm not quite sure, how can these services help us reach that goal?
Yeah, these types of programs are well designed and well supported and can absolutely aid Overlake in its pursuit to provide healthcare to the PNW. And I'd love to explain why MedBridge Education can offer the Overlake Rehabilitation Unit, what it can offer this unit beyond continued education for physical therapists. These healthcare software services are critical in enabling physicians and providing the best possible outcomes for patients that trust their recovery with Overlake. Overlake's mission in the Pacific Northwest is to enhance the health and well-being of every patient and client it interacts with, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so our education services enable physical therapists through new and relevant continued education courses and greatly increase the level of communication between PTs and their patients. This has been shown to improve patient outcomes as they are more aware of their treatment and are comfortable with the recovery process. So if I may, our enterprise solution contains a complete course load of over 1,500 courses for a continuing education, which allows your team to interact with all rehabilitation disciplines and PT experts. Furthermore, each course is filmed with easy-to-understand motion graphics and instructor presentations that are much more up-to-date than competitors like Health Treatment Relies. With this course catalog, you'll be able to keep your physician's licenses up-to-date and ultimately improve patient outcomes. Is this something you'd be interested in?
Sure, I'd love to hear more.
Awesome.